Rain poured heavily as Mama Adu carried Amora into her small bungalow. She laid the girl on a warm mat, covered her in cloth, and whispered prayers. Amora woke later that night, weak, feverish. Her voice cracked for the first time in months. "Ma, please don't let her take me back." Mama Adu squeezed the girl's hand. "Over my dead body." The neighborhood rises. Word spread like wildfire. By morning, the entire street knew Felicia had been beating the girl. People started confessing. "I saw her flogging the child at 5 a.m. She locks the girl outside. She starves her. The girl is always limping." Every story was worse than the last. And for the first time, people stood up. Not because they suddenly became brave, but because Mama Adu had given them permission to speak. Felicia's downfall begins. Felicia marched toward Mama Adu's house with rage boiling in her chest. "Give me that girl now. She belongs to me." But the moment she reached the gate, she found nearly 20 neighbors standing there. Hands crossed. Faces hardened. One of the men stepped forward. "Madam, that girl is not your property." Felicia screamed, insulted everyone, threatened police, court, death, hellfire. But something strange happened. Every word she said fell empty. Her power was gone. No one feared her anymore. She returned home trembling with anger. She didn't know a bigger storm was coming. The call to the village. That night, Mama Adu called Amora's parents. When they heard everything, her mother collapsed crying. Her father swore, "If I step into Ibadan tonight, someone will die." They left the village immediately. By morning, they were at Olaya Street. And when they saw their daughter, thin, bruised, shaking, her mother knelt and wailed so loudly the whole street gathered again. Her father stared at Felicia's house with murderous rage. Police carried the authorities step in. Neighbors had already contacted child protection officers, welfare organizations, the police. Felicia tried to lie. She claimed, "The girl is stubborn. She disobeys me. I treat her like my own child." But then, they checked her own children's school report. Perfect attendance. They checked Amora's name. Nowhere. They saw the bruises. Fresh. Old. Everywhere. They interviewed neighbors. All stories aligned. Felicia realized. She was finished. Balance scaled the consequences. Felicia was arrested for child abuse, forced labor, assault, child neglect, falsifying education reports. Her sisters abandoned her. Her husband abroad refused to intervene. Her own children were taken into temporary custody. Her mansion became quiet, empty, cold, just like her heart had always been. She was taken away screaming. But no one listened. Amora's freedom. Amora returned home with her parents. For the first time in a very long time, she slept in a real bed. She went back to school. She started smiling again. She played with friends. She laughed softly. She healed slowly. Mama Adu visited often. And every time she saw the girl learning and thriving, she whispered, "God fights for the innocent. And wickedness never escapes justice." The final twist. Months later, Felicia's beautiful mansion was sold. Every time people passed it, they remembered her fall. But the biggest regret of Felicia's life. She learned that the girl she abused grew into a brilliant young woman who became a social worker, protecting children from people like her. Amora turned her pain into purpose. And Felicia? She lived in shame. Forgotten. Bitter. Alone. Because in the end, nobody escapes the consequences of wickedness. And the innocent always find freedom.